Hello, everybody. Welcome back to hashtag Save Reading with season 3 with a brand new skin. Hopefully, a bit better quality. I don't even know. I've not even tried this, so we'll give it a go. But, man, we are in hashtag Save Reading. We are just a day after the main summer transfer window, and boy, do we have a story to tell. You might have noticed that we have a new top goal scorer, Rory Wilson, who's got 4 goals. He's done pretty terribly actually, but we'll get to that. But man, we're in 11th currently, 2 wins, 1 losses, three losses, 1 draw. Even man, we got battered by some of the teams, but then we done some battering. So I wasn't sure, but I had changed my tactic during this entire time. But man, it's been up and down, and boy, have we got a story to tell in the transfers. Because not only do we have a busy transfer window, but boy, have we changed tactics too. So let's go with transfers first, because we had a bit of an issue. Yes, at the end of last season, we had £2 million to spend, which was fine until I realised in the screen afterwards that we were £5 million in debt. I mean, currently we are still overspending our wages by quite a bit. I might have to reduce this back down a bit just to get that in line. But yeah, holy crap! You might notice we had 14 million there, and now we're back in line, so we're good. Our overall balance has improved dramatically. This is where we were. We were minus £6 million. I've managed to make over £11 million to the club and make them a huge amount of profit because we have had a busy time. Transfer window looked like this. £9 million on the ins, 24 million on the outs, and it all began on the third when we sold Gabriel Brazil, one of our goalkeepers we bought in for free for 65 grand, Mehmedi Kamara for 165. It goes on, but our transfer window got a bit more busy closer to the end. Because on the last day of the transfer window, Nottingham Forest decided to buy our goalkeeper, and I was like, "Oh no, oh God, no!" So I asked for as much as I could get, which is about 11.5 million, with 14.25 down the line. Also, Pio and Sisto left for 11 million with 13 down the line. Um, they've both got like sell-on clauses afterwards, which could even bring up even more than that. But yeah, our main goalkeeper left, went to Nottingham Forest. Our main left winger left and went to Las Palmas in Spain. And a lot of other players left too, which means we had a few holes here and there. And this last day one, I had to, you know, rush and get a couple of goalkeepers. So I got in two because I was in a panic with like 2 hours left to go. I was unsure if I was going to get either of these two goalkeepers in. We got in both because I'm glad we did, because even our backup goalkeeper got injured or is on international to one or two, but I don't see him in the fucking club. So I'm just like, okay, great, we'll deal with this. But the transfers in, we got a few people in. This is arranged in date order, as you can see. We got in first of all Shola Shoter, who came from Manchester United. Free transfer, not so bad. Didn't do too great on his appearances, so we thought we'd give him a chance. 21 years old, maybe one for the future, not right now. Backup attacking midfielder for someone who we'll explain about later. Backup defender, because most of our defenders left. We got in Jonas Bager, who looked okay. He's fine, but he's not exactly gonna be our starting defender. He's literally our backup, mainly because all of ours decided to leave or was going to leave, and I had to accept bids. So I got him in for free. Didn't look so bad. I made a loan deal permanent in Josh Wilson Esbrand of 1.4 million. I actually think this is kind of a bargain at 1.4 million. He's actually a really good left back for our team. He's better than Demissi. He's a lot younger than Demissi. He's actually a lot faster than Demissi. He's also a more well-rounded player than Demissi. So I'd rather have him. 1.4 million is actually nothing. It was actually at the time half of our budget, but yeah. Then I decided to get a loan of a striker because our old one, Andy Cannon, whichever Cannon, left. This guy looks fucking wow. This guy looks amazing, except he isn't that good. His only good stat is to finishing at 17. Everything else is kinda just average. He's just an average player who has got no sight in him. He's got 9 vision. His jumping is 7, and his concentration and decisions are 10. So he is about as useful as scoring goals as his finishing suggests. which isn't very good apparently. But he's got finishing at 17, and I thought, oh, okay, I'll get him in. He looked great. He didn't really score anything until a cup match. He's only scored 3 league goals, and he's not done great. He's got a 7.12, so maybe I was overreacting, and I was like, I'm gonna have to get in a different striker. He does not feel like he's scoring, so I got him Paris Brunner on loan, just as a backup striker at the time. Paris Brunner looked, I mean, he's young. There's that. He's got very good pace and acceleration. He's okay. He's like an advanced forward, I guess, but he's not exactly good. But he's a lone striker, so a bit like Rory Wilson, which must mean that we have now 2 strikers. Wrong, because we also got in Kalen Edwards, another young striker. I was like, why do I buy in so many strikers? I have no idea. But yeah, then we sold Sisto, and I had to replace Sisto, and I replaced him with 2 players. One on the right who has similar stats but is younger, so could still improve. The only stat is worse is corners and passing, because his corners is 4 and his passing is 9. But everything else is actually about the same, if not better, which was great. And then I found this guy who is exactly the same player as the last guy, just on the other side. So it's just like, oh, okay, well, whatever. These two are not going to be able to pass or do any corners. These two are probably, maybe I might be selling just for a club profit, but they'll do for this season. They will do. I'll probably come back in January and replace them and sell these two, most likely. Then I got in a midfielder of Luke Cundle. It looked, as a free agent, I was like, well, I'll be. I mean, he's going to be very useful. He can play all around here, so why not? I guess he could do a job, and he looks actually decent. He's got pretty good numbers all around, so I was like, yeah, okay, for a free transfer, kind of worth it. For a 23-year-old too, he's got room to improve. Anthony Elanga on loan. Only one good thing about him, and that's these 2 numbers here: pace and acceleration, and flair, I guess. So he'd be coming off the bench, I guess. Although apparently we've been told that we've promised Manchester United will give him first team football, and I'm like, okay, I guess he's not very good at corners or passing, but he's good at finishing, so he could be an inside forward or like a winger on attack. We'll see. Jamie Cumming, backup goalkeeper. As stated before, both of our goalkeepers are gone. One of them's long-term injured. The other one got sold to Nottingham Forest, so backup goalkeeper, Jamie Cummings. Decent. I mean, I guess he should be our starting at 1.2 million, but yeah. Then I found Etienne Green, who is a much better goalkeeper. my scout was just like, hey, how about you get this guy? And I looked at his stats. I'm like, why don't I get this guy? The only downside about him is his first touch. His positioning is also kind of bad, and his vision and work rate is also kind of bad. But for the cheap price of £450,000, he looks like a half decent goalkeeper for this league. I'm hoping he does all right. He looks better than Jamie Cumming. I don't know who will be starting. Then we spent big on Tyrese Campbell, and not so a much better improvement on Rory Wilson. Basically, he's actually someone who can see what he's doing and does make up his mind about what he's doing. Actually, a better striker. So, oh man, we bought a lot of people, and we also got some last season as well. At the end of the last season, we actually got in this guy, Dennis Genru, not a clue, midfielder, half decent. And we also sold some people at the end of last season, I believe. Yeah, we sold Baba Rahman for a loss, a club loss. We bought him in for 500 grand. We sold him for 130. And Dominic Bull, we sold for 1.5 million, which actually gave us our first profit of 1.5 million, which is nice. Holy shit! Whoops! I did not mean to click that. We got a new skin, so I'm trying it out. Our tactic has changed. Has completely changed. I bought in a bunch of strikers. I was like, oh, I guess I should probably use more than one. I probably should use more than one because I had 4 strikers in a 1 striker formation, and I'm thinking, well, I might be able to change to a front 3 or a front 2, and I decided for a front 2 with wingers on support. Even though Alanga should be a winger on an inside forward, and I'm going to get absolutely complained at by Manchester United, but it's, I mean, I guess it's worth it. I guess 2 wingers on support. I mean, this guy can't support for shit. I don't know why I've got him on support. Oh my god, I should put him on the inside forward. I really should, because it'll probably just help fill in this gap here. Cousins on ball winning midfielder. We've got Benge on the right, Wilson Esperand on the left, Abbey and Holmes are standard defenders. That hasn't changed. We've actually got some youth players coming through as well. Sam Paul is coming into our first team. I mean, our coach decided to put him in there. I'm thinking he's not great. He's very fit, very naturally fit. But apart from that, he's not great. Maybe he might come off the bench in a cup game. I don't know. I don't know. But if I quick pick best 11 without restrictions, it'll look like this. Not much has changed. Elanga on the left, Campbell's on the right, Wilson's on the as a poacher. I do believe it should be the other way around. I mean, he's a bit faster at poacher. Campbell's a slower poacher. That's what you kind of need in a poacher, someone to be a bit slower. This guy is definitely more of an advanced forward, Wilson, and Campbell's definitely the poacher. Yeah, it's about the same. I won't lock this in. Apparently, most of our team is loaned out because apparently McIntyre should be in the bench, so should Burke and Morelos and Clark. We don't have any of those because, yeah. But yeah, man, it's just a mess right now. But yeah. Also, our story of why we had to no attack midfielder. Our attacking midfielder, because we have got the second tactic loaded here. Uh, of the attacking well, actually, that should be this one. This one should be the attacking midfielder one. So that one should be there, and this one should be up there. But that's fine. Um, but our story is we had to offer new contracts to a bunch of people when we were safe in this league. We had a bunch of contracts we couldn't 100% afford. But one of them was that I had to promise to play Scott Wright here. We then didn't do too well here. Changed this formation when our Scott Wright isn't going to be an attacking midfielder and isn't featured at all. So I'm thinking he's either going to come off as a winger or we're going to be switching to a 4-1-1-3-1 formation, whatever the fuck formation this is, and he will come on as the attacking midfielder, maybe. But I don't entirely know. Our schedule so far, though, hasn't been great. We've set a new record, apparently. Wow. Oof. I guarantee Reading fans wish they had a record of any net transfer fees or any record transfer fees or any record high spending. I would almost guarantee they would absolutely take that at any point if it doesn't ruin their club. I'm making sure I don't ruin the club. I am very conscious about that. Um, but yeah, our schedule. I keep getting distracted. Has been pretty shit. Despite what it looked like, Rory Wilson has been scoring the goals. It's just that we have been leaking goals on the other end, so I've had to try to secure it a bit more in the midfield by playing one less attacking midfielder and just bringing it back a little bit. I was tempted to bring in 3 defensive midfielders and just let everyone else go up. And I was like, oh, but not really. Oh yeah, it went from okay as a draw to Stoke. I'm like, whatever. And then we lost to Plymouth in the cup. And then we somehow beat Nottingham Forest. I was kind of excited this one. It's like we drew. I was disappointed. We then went away from home and we won. They were down to 10 men immediately, but we won, and I don't really care. And then loss, and then we only picked up a win again here. And this is when we changed the formation to 2 up front. So I'm just like, I don't know. I actually don't know. And then next we're against Wrexham, who have just bought a couple of our players. So it could be interesting. I don't know. We need an I don't know counter, probably. But yeah, we'll come back at the end of the season, the second or the 5th. Hope I don't get fired, because that would be weird. Although our run here, it's not going to get any easier. Actually, it gets a little bit easier. Wrexham, Millwall, Rotherham. 2 newly promoted teams and Millwall, and I guess Blackburn's there. We haven't got really a hard team until Luton, maybe. Luton might be a tough one. Sheffield United might be a tough one if they kept some of their players. And I guess it's fine after that. I think Ipswich is recently relegated, actually. Are they recently relegated? I don't actually even know who's relegated into this league. Who got relegated? Oh, Sunderland, Sheffield, and Nottingham Forest. So I say Sunderland's going to be an easy game, and they've literally just got relegated back into this league. So, and they're managed by Ange Postecoglou. Oh, um, Well, we've got no chance then, have we? My goodness. How are they managed by Andrew Postecoglou? I don't even know. But man, we'll come back at the end of the season and see what we can do. Hashtag Save Reading Season 3 commencing. And we are done. End of season. Holy crap. As you can see, we're on the Skyback Championship League page. And as you can see, we're not in the playoffs, which is unfortunate, which means it must have gone pretty badly. Although we do have a couple of good things to say. We have Tyrese Campbell with 28 goals. We have three players in the top average ratings, and one guy in third place assists. But it's not gone great for us. You may think, oh well, he must have done something, got into the playoffs. We haven't got into the playoffs. It's currently between Middlesbrough and Blackburn in the final because we didn't do great. I'm actually surprised that we kept our job because we did actually better than great. We actually did win the league. I, I don't know how we won the league. I have no clue how we won the league with the tactic we had and the players that we had. Not a clue how we won the league, and by 2 points too. Um, uh, well, 2 points as well, I guess. But we won it on the last day. Our last day on our schedule, we were against Hull. We beat them 3-0, and that gave us first place, I believe. But we are first in the championship. Oh my god. How did we end up there? I haven't got a clue. But we have. Oh boy, with this safe running, it's always been one step forwards, two step backwards, and the same has happened again. Unfortunately, our finances are pretty poor. Our overall balance is 8 million. We have been given some money for the Premier League. I mean, it's some 37.7 million. It's a fair amount, which is, well, 30 odd million more than we have in our balance. But 37 million to try and stay in the Premier League next season. Who's coming up with us? Well, Brentford, and one of Blackburn and Middlesbrough. Going down is my favourite team, Millwall. Bottom, fucking oh my god, QPR, and then Luton, who literally got relegated last season. They're double relegated. I believe they were relegated last season. Were they? No, the season before. Okay, they relegated the season before, and they're now relegated again into League One. Hasn't gone well for Sunderland, who just missed out on getting back into the Premier League. Now, I also made a prediction at the end of season 2 saying that Norwich would just come straight back down again. Should we see if they have? Yeah, they have come straight back down again. Oh man, but at least we could buy players from Norwich, Everton, or Burnley if we really, really wanted to. I think I might have to because 37 million isn't going to get a lot, but we could also sell a few players. But yeah, there we are. We are first in the championship. Tyrese Campbell, fucking, oh my goodness, £6 million well spent. I think he might actually do all right in the championship, and everyone else is well, not on loan. But yeah, holy crap! First place, Skybet Championship winners. I, I don't know how we did it. Not a clue. But yeah, I think our stadium is also being increased at some point. Although it does mean that we're going to have to get rid of the Man City affiliate because we're going to be in the same league as them. So that literally lasted 117,000. Literally lasted for one season. So that was good. Oh man. But yeah, we've done pretty good, I think. And competition-wise, did we win anything else? We got knocked out by Birmingham in the third round and knocked out by Plymouth in the first round of the Carabao Cup and FA Cup, respectively. I will take that. I'll take that because we are the champions. Oh man, am I even a club legend here? I have no clue. I don't think so. Am I? Not a clue. Uh, yeah, no idea. But yeah, man, it is pretty decent. We've got a few players coming through. We have not that good finances, so hopefully being in the Premier League could sort that out. And I guess we'll have to also, during the end of this video, offer a bunch of people a bunch of new contracts, try and get rid of some more people, maybe getting like maybe 40 to 50 million pounds worth of transfers, maybe 40, 50 million pounds worth of finances to buy people in with. Because this team probably isn't going to stay in the Premier League. It's not that great. It's fine in places, but it's not great. But that'll be for me to work on. Oh my goodness. I wasn't expecting first. I genuinely thought that we would be struggling. I thought we'd get. I mean, I bought well enough to know that we'd be getting top half. I thought we'd get into that 10th to 6th place sort of finish. I never envisioned first, but there it is. We got first. Oh, well, we're back in the Premier League next season. It can only go downhill from here, I guess. I guess the main objective for next season is to stay in the Premier League. Not happening. It's just not happening, probably. But yeah, holy crap. That's hashtag save everything done for a third season. Join us in season number 4. Bye for now.